Alright, so Dentistry is an amazing candidate for voice AI, alright? So we have this high inbound volume, right? Everyone's calling the dentist's office to book something, right? So you can actually take advantage of voice AI the most, right? So my name's Nawaz and I'm a power user on the Discord, right? The Bland Discord, right? So I've been building these things for a while and I'm going to show you how to build one for the dentistry industry, alright? So as I said earlier, high inbound volume, so the voice agents are perfect for this sort of dentistry thing, right? Because there'll be loads of people calling in. Implementing a voice agent is going to save you guys a lot of time. A high ceiling for personalization but essentially means that we can go ahead and match the user's phone number to a number in the CRM and essentially turn this call into a super personalized project, right? So I'll show you how to do that. And CRM integration, so you can go straight into whatever CRM you're using. So what's involved? We're going to be using Blend for the voice project, right? And we're going to be using Make for the backend. And for our CRM, we'll be using HubSpot, but you can use whatever you want. Just follow along, alright? So let me show you what the call will look like before we sink our teeth into the Blend, right? So here's a little call flow. So it's going to go off like this, right? Call's going to start, everyone's all happy. Hey, welcome to, we're going to call ourselves like Chalk White Dentistry, right? Welcome to Chalk White Dentistry. How may we help you? Are you an existing customer? That's the first decision node we got here, right? And let's say they say yes, right? So what we're going to do is you're going to use leverage Bland's complex backend straight away. We're going to take their phone number, in which they called us from, and we're going to compare that to a number in the CRM using a webhook. And if they match, we're going to take all of that information and bring it into our call, right? So now we have a super personalized call. Specifically, we're going to get their name, email address, and meeting info. We will use the email address in a special way. We're not going to be using it during the call, right? But so let's just say we get those three. When you do yours, I'll show you how to change everything. You get any information you want. But for now, we're going to take the user's name, email address, and any sort of meeting info they've got, bring it into the call, and then we're going to have this sort of personalized greeting now, personalized phone call time, right? So it's like, hey John, how you doing today? How can we? What would you like to do? So they can do three things: confirm a booking, reschedule a booking, and make a new booking. A lot of which have the same three at the end: 1, 2, 3, right? But let's just go through the make a new booking, because that's the same thing that goes on over here when they're not an existing customer, right? So let's say they want to make a new booking. We're gonna take their purpose for the booking. So we've got like whitening, cavity fill-ins, stuff like that. And then we're gonna use that webhook. We're gonna put a webhook, and we're gonna ping another automation. And I'll make this automation is gonna take a look at our calendar from the time it gets pinged plus a month. I put a month, you can change this later, and return every busy time we got on our calendar, right? So we're going to give that to Bland. I'm going to give Bland a time limit of 9 to 5, and we're going to tell Bland to suggest 1 hour time slots between them, right? So we're going to talk with the user with those 3 times till they come up with a one that works well for them. And then we're going to end the call, right? So reschedule booking, the same thing, but we don't need to get their purpose, so you're just rescheduling the same one. So we use the webhook to ping the CRM and get the meeting time and free time and stuff. And there's the same thing that's here, right? Green and free time is the user. That's good. Confirming bookings real easy. You just return back the booking that we got from up here, right? So that's that, right? Now, if they are not an existing customer, it's a very similar sort of thing. So essentially, right, we're just going to do the same thing, ask for the purpose of the booking, get some free time, and decide on a free time. But we're going to get the user's name and email address so we can make them a lead, right, on the back end, right? That's all. So here we're updating a lead if they are a customer, and if they're not a customer, we're making them a lead, right? That's essentially it. Now, let's take a look at the Bland and let's see what's going on under the hood, right? Take a look at the Bland automation. So let's say they are an existing customer, all right? So the first start node is essentially saying, thank you for calling Chalk White Dentistry. Are you an existing customer? Yes, I am. And we're going to go here. User is an existing customer. I'm going to go ahead and ping our first automation, right? So this automation over here, it's going to be for this one. I'm going to get the user's info. Now, how this works is that Bland has certain variables, right, which are global, so we don't even set them, right? So these are all 5 here, right? So we're going to be using the from one. So anytime someone calls this inbound number, we're going to capture, Bland's going to capture the number and save it as from straight away. And we're going to use that here. Alright, so it's going to say from, and we're going to use that number. We're going to use that to search for any leads in our CRM that has that phone number, right? And yeah, I got a little bit of thing here, phone number here, right? And if it does match, you're going to get the booking time. This doesn't matter, but the booking time, let's show you here. Look, the booking time, which is the meeting time, I saved that as the first name and email. So first name, so we can personalize the call a bit and call them their name, and meeting time because we're going to need that for the free options, right, that we discussed earlier, right? And we're going to use an email and the post call thing, which I'll show you later. So when that gets pinged, it's going to start talking about hello, how can we help you? It's going to be talking, we can see referring to them in their first name. How can we assist you today? And then they have three options like we saw earlier. Make a new booking, user wants to reschedule, user wants to confirm a booking. Confirm a booking is just the same thing, just use a meeting time, got that's gotten here, and we'll talk about it, right? And what data the user free, same sort of thing. It's gonna ask what data, it's gonna ask the user what day are you free, and then they're gonna say like Friday or something, and then that will be stored, and then we're going to go ahead and ping the second automation, right? Now this automation goes onto your calendar, right? And it's going to go ahead and check from now to a month now, for a month in the future, where you can just change this to how much, what kind of feature thing you want. And it's going to scour all your busy times, and it's going to return that to blank, right? So why there are two parts? Well, if there is no busy time, I'm just going to return a JSON string that says there's no busy time. So blank understands there is no busy time, and if there is a busy time, we're going to return the busy times, right? So here's how it looks. For example, busy times, bland's gonna go ahead and receive this information. So as you can see in my calendar, I have an event from 7 in the morning to 8 every single day. So that's what it's going to receive. And when negotiating with the consumer, they're going to see that they can't book a time during that time period, because that's how we planned it, right? So really smart appointment setting. Okay, so same sort of logic here, but when I want to book a new meeting, we're going to go ahead and ask them what's the purpose of this meeting, right? I'm going to show you an example with text and via speech, so don't worry if this is complicated, right? That's the negotiation thing, right? It's going to talk to the user about what time is free for them, okay? Yeah, and then Jeffany, right, is over afterwards, so it's going to hope you see you again, everything's like that, everything's fine. Alright, so we start with this, okay? So essentially, we start with this node, which just says you are phoning in for chalk white dentistry, and your primary goal is to determine if the user is an existing customer, right? So you'll ask something along the lines of, thank you for calling, are you an existing customer, right? So let's assume that we are, right? So if you go down here, and straight away we're going straight into a webhook, all right? Straight into the complexity. This is going straight for the personalization approach, right? So it's real quality of life stuff. So essentially, we're going to go ahead and say, give me a sec while I pull up your info, if they are an existing customer, okay? That means this this automation gets pinged, right? So what this means is that it's going to go ping here, and then it's going to take the from variable. So in Bland, there's some universal variables which are set not by us but by Bland. So if someone calls you, the number's going to be saved under from always, okay? So that means their ping is going to get pinged, and it's going to cross-reference that number with every lead in the CRM, and it's going to see if there's a match, and if there is a match, it's going to return back information about that lead so you can personalize the call, okay? So it's going to get information such as the meeting, how many meetings, the time of the meeting and date, the first name, which is actually the last name, but I'll change that later, right? So the name, the email, and meeting time. That's what I've got for this instance. Well, the email is not really necessary in this call, but we'll need it for later, alright? So when that thing gets pinged, we go ahead and go here, and then we got a super personalized node here, right? So it's going to start calling them by their first name, and that's information about everything, right? So the user can just ask, can they confirm a meeting, and then it will return the meeting confirmation. If they want to reschedule, it's going to be like, what day are you free? And it's going to ping then our next automation, right? Now our next automation is very similar, right? As in, it will go ahead and ping our calendar. So it's going to go ahead and ping this. Nothing's in a payload this time, right? It's going to ping this, and it's going to take the current time now, add a month, and take all the busy times in that, put in that time slot, and send it back here. Or if there is no busy times, we'll just say no busy times. That's why there's two sort of routes. Alright, so let me just show you how that looks. If we go here, as you can see, there are busy times. So we're going to go down, and it's going to be everything that's sent. So as you can see, I've got an event from 7 in the morning to 8, essentially meaning that if the user wants to book an appointment during that time, it won't be allowed, because we've trained our bland agent to be like, you can only do 9 to 5 and not during these busy times. So you can kind of see why I asked what day you're free, so you can get the date and everything, so you can actually just make everything as smooth as possible. That's that, right? So over here are the busy times, and then this one's where they negotiate about what time they're free. So our agent will specify 3, as you can see, you have 3 times of the day in which they are free, and then yeah, they're gonna talk. They're gonna go back and forth until they're coming through the time, and that's gonna be saved in a variable down here and sent to our post-call automation, which we'll explain in a bit. So that's essentially those two, right? So busy time. If you want to book a new meeting, we need to get the only difference between this one, booking a new meeting, and rescheduling a meeting, that we need to know why they're booking a meeting. So that's just this, right? Why the user wants to book a meeting, teeth whitening and stuff like that, right? So that's that. Now let's assume that we are not a customer, right? Exact same thing as booking a new meeting. They can't reschedule or confirm a meeting because they don't have one. They're not an existing customer, right? So they're not an existing customer. We're going to do the same thing. Why do you want to book a meeting? What day are you free? Get the busy times on our side. Nothing happens here right away. Like in the front end, nothing's said. It just skips over. I'll show you an example. I'll show you a text example while I'm typing it. Then straight afterwards, I'll show you me calling. All right. And then the confirmation too. That's just the same thing as confirmation. The other one, I just need to differentiate it. Right. Don't worry about that. So the only difference is we've got this name capture and email capture. So I'm gonna ask the user what their name is and what their email is. Only for the post-call automation, right, which happens after every time this call ends. We're going to go over here. So, and to our surprise, as you'll be able to see, right, you wouldn't expect a post-call to be 2 nodes long, right? So we usually have, in our videos, they're super big post-call automations, but this one's only 2. I mean, two's big as well. I mean, I think some people prefer 2, I think, but, this HubSpot CRM, the reason I'm using it, for example, it's amazing, right? It's free for one, and it's really, really, really automation friendly. You can tell that because look at this, it's too long, and this one creates or updates a contact. So you might ask why I have. Let me just show you what the CRM looks like, right? Let's see what an example at the top, right? You might ask why I have there's name, email, AI lead status, the phone number, and their issue, right? And then the booking time. This is. I know you have much more in the actual dentistry, but this is a demo, right? But so you might ask why I have AI lead status. Now that's because we like to normally in our backend we like to branch things off based off the lead status, so different sort of things happening in the backend. But this one's kind of amazing. Like take a look at this, right? So essentially, this one will create or update a contact based off what it said, but you can keep everything how it is, and it will automatically check if that email is connected to a lead. If it is connected to a lead, it will update it. If it's not, it will create a whole new lead, right? So that's amazing, right? You don't need this was just for testing. You don't need a +1, but yeah. So it's really, really, really smart, right? So it's I'll show you an example from a post one, right? So I mean, we can show you this works, right? So we've got Scooby Doo here, right? And his phone number is just +44 with 10 So if I go ahead and we can go ahead and do test pathway, right? We're gonna go ahead and put because I'm using the internet to do this instead of a phone number. We have to pretend that we have a phone number. So we're gonna have to give the value to from. So be from, right? Be +44 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now it should say we're from Scooby Doo, right? So you should call us Scooby Doo. So yes, I'm an existing customer. Yep. It's gonna pull information out and say, hey Scooby, yeah, I can assist you. Let's just show you this work. So if we go to this contact, see I have a booking of the 8th of August, right? We're gonna say can we confirm our meeting? Right. Yep, August 8th. Oh, thank you. Alright, so look, that's so good. So let me show you how this sounds in voice. Alright. The web client doesn't work too well with Mac, so I'm gonna go and move to the Windows 11 desktop and see how that goes. Alright, let's give this a call and pretend that we are a new customer. And yeah, we're gonna put this number here because we're calling them from the internet and not from my phone. But if we were calling them from my phone, it would autofill with this because this is a blank global variable and that fills in automatically. So let's give it a call.
Thank you for calling Chalk White Dentistry. Are you an existing customer?
No, I'm not.
Welcome to Chalk White Dentistry. How may we help you today? Are you looking for something in particular, or would you like some guidance on how to get started?
I think I need a filling.
We'd be happy to help you with that filling. To schedule an appointment, could you please tell me what day you are available to come in? I'll provide you with some available time slots.
Probably on Friday.
You're looking to come in on Friday. I'd be happy to help you find a time that works. We have times available on Friday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., or 3 p.m. Which one of these time slots works best for you?
Probably 3 p.m.
I've scheduled you for 3 p.m. on Friday. Before we proceed, could you please tell me your first and last name so I can save it on file for our records?
Yeah, so my first name is John, and my second name is Doug.
So I have you scheduled for 3 p.m. on Friday. To send you a meeting invitation and any other important updates, could you please tell me your email address? I want to make sure I get it exactly right.
Right, so it's johndoe@gmail.com.
Just to make sure I get it exactly right, could you please spell out your email address for me? You said it's johndoe@gmail.com, but I want to confirm.
Yeah, so it's JOHNDOE@gmail.com.
Thank you for calling Chalk White Dentistry. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I hope to have the opportunity to speak with you again soon.
All right, so that went by very nicely. So we should have if everything goes well, we should have a new contact in our CRM with all of that information in and this sort of pseudo phone number we put in. All right, so 123 up to 9. All right, let's go check it out. So as you can see, the call went by perfect. Look at this. So we've got johndoe@gmail.com. His lead status is new customer, and we've got his phone number that we put in, the fake one, and we've got the issue which was a fit in, right? And we've got the booking time that exact one said. So all the information just like that, all right? So we can try now and go ahead and pretend that we actually are now an existing customer. So if we go in and try and change this date, let's pretend now that I am John Doe and I need to go on holiday. I need to go to France, right? So I'm gonna need to push my booking a bit. So I'm gonna go call them again, but this time I am an existing customer and I want to change my appointment date. So it should recognize me if I go ahead and just continue. It should recognize me if I continue just to use my original number that we used to call them before, right? So let's see what happens.
Thank you for calling Chalk White Dentistry. Are you an existing customer?
Yes.
All right, give me a sec whilst I pull your info up. Hello, John Doe. How can I assist you today? Perhaps you'd like to confirm a booking or make a new one.
I'm gonna need to reschedule my booking.
No problem at all, John. Let's get you rescheduled. What day are you free for your appointment? I'll provide you with some available time slots.
Probably around the 12th of September.
September 12th. Got it. Let me check our schedule for that day. We have times available on Thursday, September 12th at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., or 4 p.m. Which one of these time slots works best for you, John?
Yeah, 4 p.m. looks good.
Thank you for calling Chalk White Dentistry, John. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope to have the opportunity to speak with you again soon.
Yep. So change to change to the 12th of September right there. All right. So everything works very good. If you have any questions about anything, let me know in the description. I'll promise to answer them. And anything else, you can email me. And thank you for watching.